Hey there, Kelly here. Today we're going to talk about renting property in Merida, Mexico. Stay tuned. Hello my loves, Kelly here, and welcome to A Slice of My World. So I wanted to share with you guys, if you saw the tour of the house that I'm currently in, you know that I've been here for a little bit, and it is time to move. So if you'd like to see what this house looked like and what I pay for it, I'll put a card above my head somewhere and you guys can check out that video. But when I rented this property about 18 months ago, it came with all of the fabulous furnishings, which are not so fabulous, in it. And it served its purpose because, you know, I needed a furnished place. But now I need a place that has no stairs, and this thing has a million stairs, and they're all concrete, and there's no handrail. So again, if you check out the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I have been shopping for a new rental, and this time I'm going unfurnished. So it has been a bit of an adventure, and I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks, I guess, if you will, or maybe not tips and tricks. I'm going to share with you some insight, let's put it that way, on if you decide that you're going to come to Merida, Mexico, and decide that you're going to rent unfurnished, what that really means. So let's get to it. All right, y'all, forgive me for going from portrait to landscape, or the opposite direction, from landscape to portrait. So all of the videos of the homes are going to be in portrait. So this particular house was 13,000 pesos, which depending on the exchange rate of the day is roughly $615 a month. It was a 2-bedroom, 3-bath home. It was beautiful. It was a perfect house for me, but they require something that is called an aval. And an aval basically is kind of like what they consider a cosigner here. It must be someone that's a resident of the country, and they must own either a home or a car. And if you can't find such a person that is willing to sign for you, then most places will take a double deposit. This particular home, they wanted the aval, and then when we went and found someone that would actually do it, they decided that that aval wasn't good enough. So I actually offered to pay 6 months of the rent up front, and they declined that. So, you know, it just kind of depends on who you get, whether or not they're accustomed to dealing with foreigners. The impression that I got on this particular home, which was freaking perfect for me, because the bathrooms have the grab holds in the showers, and it sits on this big, gigantic lot. But anyway, so a lot of times if you're dealing with elderly people, they are not accustomed to dealing with foreigners. And one of the things that I think has happened here since the virus hit is that a lot of foreigners just kind of took off and left damages and didn't pay. So I think that this family was just really leery of renting to a foreigner. But as you can see as I go through this house, it really was a perfect home. It had the stand-up showers in all 3 baths, and it had the grab holds. It had a nice little sitting area, and the countertops in this particular house, the kitchen was really sizable, and the countertops were at an even level where if I needed to sit down to food prep, I could. So I was really kind of disappointed that I didn't get this house, but guess what? Everything happens for a reason. So let's get on to the next house. So this house is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 10,000 pesos, which again, depending on the exchange rate, it is about $475 a month. This particular house, the owners live out of the country, so when the virus hit, they left and went back to their home country. And so you're going to see that there's no ACs in this particular house, but they were going to add back in the AC, they were going to add the kitchen appliances, and they were going to put in built-in closets. So one of the things when you're renting here, unfurnished means no ACs, no hot water heater, and no kitchen appliances. However, unlike real estate in the US, if you put in an AC and you put in a hot water heater and you put in appliances, in the US, if you attach it to the real estate, then it stays with the real estate. That is not the case here. So if you were to get a truly unfurnished home and you provided it with the AC and the hot water heater and the appliances, when you got ready to move out, you can take all of those things with you to the next place. Also, Merida has a very active rainy season. You're going to see a lot of mold in this house, which is why I did not rent this particular property. Almost all of the houses here, even new construction, leak a little bit, and you're able to see that. During the rainy season, what I kind of judged this house's roof by was all of this mold you're looking at right now. It came clear all the way down the walls in not just this room, but you'll see in the bedroom here in a minute, and you could just smell it. I coughed for hours after I left this house. But to see a house during their active rainy season, know that if you turn away a house just because it leaks, you won't have any place to live. But if you see leaks really bad, that means that that rooftop has not been sealed, and that's probably going to be a potential problem for you. So make sure that you have an understanding of who takes care of the roof and what they're going to do if it rains, if you happen to come here when it's not the rainy season, and what truly unfurnished means. So again, this house was 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this house actually had a garden tub, and you see the double vanity here. It is not normal for, at least from what I've seen, again, for these smaller homes to have garden tubs, which I don't need, but it was here. Okay, so this house that we're looking at now is a 3-bedroom, 2 bath, and the asking rent on it was 16,000 pesos, which is roughly $750 per month. Now, in the US, if there are no closets in the bedrooms, then they're not considered bedrooms. And so by US standards, this house has no bedrooms. This is a true colonial older home that has been renovated, and they've got, in some new plumbing and that kind of thing. So you're going to see that this house is a little unique in the sense that, one, it's got a concrete bathtub, and that is not comfortable looking at all. But it's got a lot of new tile work, and there was no mirror on the bathroom wall. I don't know if you noticed that. So I have to be adding mirrors if you're going to move into these. And a lot of times there's no coverings on the toilet. This house also has this beautiful courtyard that you're looking at. And so you've got a lot of private space behind the house. So you come into a home, and a lot of times there's a garden area, or you end up like what you're seeing here, where you have to come out of the house to get to the kitchen, that kind of thing. So this here is the kitchen. So this home also does not have appliances. And that little section all the way in the back by that half wall back there, that's where you will put your washer and dryer. The unique and cool thing about this house, it has a swimming pool. Well, I don't know if you could swim in that. My daughter is calling that a watering hole. So it has the pretty little watering hole. But this room that we're about to see next is actually on the outside of the house. So you will obviously, as you saw, leave the main structure and then come out. So this is great if you wanted to rent out your space and still give your people privacy. And because the kitchen is outside, the only time they have to come into the main house is to leave or to come home. So this is really kind of cool for adult children and that kind of thing. And the tile work in this place was absolutely gorgeous. This bedroom has a standing shower. So again, very unique, if you will, because of the fact that there are no closets, as you can see in this house. And you are definitely going to have to come out of your home, again, where it was covered, for you to be able to get into the kitchen. So that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, depending on your point of view. But it really is a pretty property. It's very unique, and it is in the center of town. So this home is in Centro, which is all the rage, if you will. Everybody wants to be in the middle of town because there's shops and cafes and eateries and art galleries, and you're minutes from downtown. You can literally walk to downtown. So this is actually a very desirable location. So here's the last bedroom that you walk into. So anyway, so this for me was a winner because this space here is for my sewing area after we come through my bedroom. And I don't mind that I have to go out to get to the kitchen, and I'll share why that is in a video coming. But I'll save that as a surprise to make you come back. If you've never been here before, you should come back. And if you have not subscribed yet, you should also do that. So yeah, so this is the winner. This is the house that I will be moving to. I'm excited. So thank you guys for taking that journey with me. I was hobbly wobbly a lot of those days. So I would like to thank Fernanda Toller for helping me find the perfect place. She was so patient with me. I always feel like I'm being kind of demanding because I'm like, I don't want that. I don't like that. I hate that. And then I'd like to thank Mario too, because Mario inspected the houses for me because one, you know, coming from real estate in the U.S., I know what U.S. standards are. Because if I had a house that leaked at all in the U.S., we wasn't buying that. We wasn't moving into that. So I'd like to thank Mario, and I'm going to put a video above where I interviewed him on one of my on one of the episodes as well. So anyway, that is the situation, and I will share with you guys the journey going forward as I move into a unfurnished home with no bed, no stove, no refrigerator. No sense does this make? So anyway, I'll share the journey with you guys as we carry on. So until next time, thanks again for watching. Again, please support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.